This has honestly been one of the hardest lessons that I've had to learn, and I continue to learn as I'm exploring this idea of being able to catalog where I'm going. And as much as I try to provide somewhat of advice for people from lessons that I've learned, it's definitely not coming from a place of it's not coming from the promised land. I'll put it that way. I haven't achieved what I've set out to achieve, so it's not something that is coming from this aspect that I'm a guru or that I have the best advice for you to hear based on all this experience that I have. It's just I've learned a lot from losing. I've learned a lot from failing at stuff, and I'm just trying to provide that as a basis that as I'm growing and learning, that if I put it out to other people, they'll have the same thing. And that brings me to this point of pain is not the problem. And that is a really, really hard lesson. It's actually the avoidance of the pain that is the problem. The pain is often the time that is the solution. If we're looking to grow, if you look at any sort of resistance training, whether you're lifting weights or whatever, you always have to push to failure. And I think that's one of the biggest things that is interesting is we have these mechanisms in our brain to avoid pain, to avoid danger. And yet it's the very pain of lifting weights. It's the very pain of getting uncomfortable, doing one thing every single day that is slightly better than the day before, and pushing ourselves outside of our comfort limits with where we're going. That is what actually allows us to grow in all aspects of our life. And it's a hard lesson, and it's something I still struggle with. It's not fun. There's other times it's like why in one circumstance do I have no problem getting uncomfortable, but in other places it's really hard. It just feels like I'm a huge imposter when it comes to a lot of stuff. So I don't know. I'm still figuring that out myself. I just wondering, how do you guys feel about that? Do you see that in the way that you approach side hustles or anything like that? Is am I wrong in this? Just asking questions. Take it easy.